Welcome to one of the most talked about shows on TV, Industry Leaders. I'm your host, Janine Allis, and thanks for joining me. Coming up next on Industry Leaders, we'll find out if natural therapies have limitations when we chat some more with the Health and Wellbeing founder, Bianca Potenta. Bianca, thank you so much for coming on to Industry Leaders. I have to admit that I am a massive fan of what you do.
Thank you.
And I think that if more people understood the benefit of the health and wellness industry and what food can do for us, I think we'd all be better off. And I'll just start with telling you my smoothie in the morning.
Yes, please.
So in my smoothie I do every day, I have kale, blueberries, bananas, probiotics Q10, I mix it with coconut water, psyllium husk, milk thistle, brain plus omega-3, chia seeds, LSA, Energy X, and I add chocolate to it to taste good.
Wow.
And now I don't know what in it is working, but I actually went from needing glasses to not needing glasses when I started taking this concoction.
Oh my gosh.
The benefit of real food is people just don't get it. So I'm so excited to actually be here with you today.
Thank you.
So I can understand your journey, but also the benefits that you find from this amazing industry. So can you tell me how you even got into this industry?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I was a teenager when I actually got sick, quite ill for a couple of years, and no one could really do anything for me. I saw some GPs and things like that. I had glandular fever, verging on chronic fatigue, and they just said, look, it's rest and you know, there's not much more you can do. And I thought there's got to be something else. There's got to be something that I'm doing, something that I'm putting into my body, some way that I can help myself recover, because it was a 2-year process, yeah. So I ended up seeing a doctor who was also quite integrative. So she did talk about diet and she spoke about supplements and things like that, and explained to me how unwell my body was and the things that I could do to improve it and get it back on the right track. And diet was a huge part of that, just like you said. So understanding what types of foods to eat and you know, types of exercise to do and how to manage your stress levels and all those types of things led me to become well again. And I thought that's what I want to do.
Now, everyone who's watching you just say that, the question they would want me to ask you is, what were some of the key things you did? Because there's people out there that, whether they've got chronic fatigue or not, who would like to feel better.
Yeah.
So what did you do? It's
the basic pillars of health, you know. It's making sure that you're eating unprocessed food, so we're eating, you know, food that is it's real food. It's your veggies and your fruits and your proteins and your whole complex grains and things like that, and making sure you're getting the right amount of food as well. Making sure you're getting good quality sleep is another one. Resting. Exercise is really important. It's crucial to good health, improving energy levels, making you feel good in the morning, increasing mood and things. And obviously just understanding your body as well. So knowing what it needs, because everyone's different, everyone's individual. Some people can, you know, work long hours during the week and still have lots of energy by the end of it. And other people, they need to take a little bit more, you know, care and take care of themselves a little bit more. Yeah.
So how did you go from this, wouldn't it be good if I could find a solution to my own health issues, to a business?
I did a 4-year degree. It's a Bachelor of Health Science degree. And then I basically moved on from finishing my college, my college education, and went, I think it's time for me to get out there. I had a full-time job at the time. I was offered a full-time job in sales. And I thought, you know what, I need to follow my dream and not get pulled into what, you know, the income and what society kind of, you know, go get a full-time job, earn an income, buy a house, all those types of things. And I had the opportunity to start a business up. I was given an opportunity to rent a room above another kind of, it was like a weight loss sort of clinic, and kind of just dove right in. No income, rent, $350 a week rent, one room, no furniture, no dispensary, no clients, and I just said, I'm going to do it.
So that's a classic example of not wanting to work a 40-hour week, but you have to work 120 hours to do it and not take a salary.
Absolutely, yeah. You don't earn any income when you start up. There's no way. If anything, you're in debt because you know, lucky dad lent me some money in order for me to be able to deck out my room, and you know, and you find you stumble along the way, and it's not easy, but definitely worth it. Okay, so you're in this room, no clients. Yep.
Not having any idea what you're even going to be doing to actually even get clients.
Yep.
How did you go from that to the business that you have today?
I think it's really important whenever you are starting a business is to constantly reassess what it is that you're doing and challenge yourself and work out what you're doing, if it's working or not, and then and continue to repeat. So the things that are working, you repeat, obviously. Yep. Take it back a sec. How do you actually market your business? How do you actually market naturopathy? No one really knows what a naturopathy is, what they do. So I needed to figure out a way to talk to, you know, the average person as to how I can help them.
So how old were you when you started?
When I started the business, it was 5 years ago, so I was 25.
Yep, wow.
Yep. Came straight out of college and started it up. And yeah.
What are your thoughts on hiring family and friends?
Good question. My mum's the receptionist.
Yes.
So look,
good thoughts.
Look, it is amazing. There is sometimes you have to draw a little bit of a line in a professional setting. But when I first started, I was very professional, and mum was the receptionist and I was, you know, the practitioner. Yeah. And now when someone walks in, like, that's my mum. Like, yeah, you know, but you've got to learn how to kind of grow with that, I think.
So, you know, you've got this wonderful business that you're currently working in, and you lecture, and you've got all of these other elements to it.
Yeah.
How do you go to the next step to enable you to step out of the business and not work in the business to be able to grow the business?
Yeah, it's a good question. And that's actually happened this year. I've been able to step away from the business a little bit. And it took time. It took finding the right people to be able to understand the level of where I'd like the business to be, how I'd like it to be run. And it took 5 years to get to that point, you know. But everyone's responsible, they understand their role, and it's become great. And it was actually quite tricky for me to step away from that, because there's also an element of finances that come into that too, because when you move away from a business, you have to employ other people to take on your role. Yeah. And so that's another financial jump in a way, and also letting go of what you've done and created. And you know, you've always got your finger on the pulse, you're always looking at what's going on, but at the same time you have to, in order to grow, you have to be able to let go and start the next journey.
Yeah, absolutely. So talking about goals, what are your goals for your business? So what's your BHAG?
So much, so much. The clinic I would love it to expand. So at the moment we've got practitioners, all complementary healthcare practitioners, ranging from different services, and so more like body workers. So we've got osteos and chiropractors and myotherapists. We've got mental health there. So we've got counsellors and mindfulness and stress management and youth workers and things like that. Then we've got the nutritional side of things with the naturopaths. I want to take it to the next step and bring some sort of exercise element into it. So I'd love to have a PT studio attached to it, do yoga and Pilates, and run meditation classes and that sort of thing. And I'd love to have like a healthy cafe as well. Yeah, and a place where people can pick up a healthy meal and go and feed their family. If I could have that multiplied across Melbourne and Sydney and everywhere else, then I'd be a happy lady.
Okay, so what's stopping you?
Nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
So what do you need to put in place to make that happen?
We need to grow a little bit more first financially. We need to, you know, have a bit of a buffer there and have the ability to be able to take it to that next step. Yes. Because we've been growing over 5 years. This is really the first year that we've been able to consolidate and see exactly what sort of income the clinic now produces without having massive outgoings from growth. So it's about understanding where it's at currently, what it can actually bring in, and then go, okay, let's take it to the next step. And, you know, the business plan's already coming together, and it's just a matter of finding eventually the right building. And, you know, I'd love to be able to purchase a building, and that's the next step.
Yep, fantastic. It's so exciting. Can you finish this sentence? A leader needs to be
genuine and authentic.
The way that we've done business in the past, it has worked for many businesses, and they've done it for 100 years, and it's all been fine. And, you know, even from the time that you've been, even 5 years, how technology's changed, been quite incredible. Yeah. How do you think businesses need to change to adapt to this new technology?
They need to embrace it, and they need to understand that, you know, particularly for someone who might be in a small business and they actually don't have a lot of time to learn or invest into learning new technology. It's happening. You have to, you know, even if you think that it's something that you don't want to be a part of or you don't enjoy doing it, you have to take the benefit from it and somewhat embrace it, learn about it, or outsource it to someone else. I think that sometimes there's so much information out there, particularly with online now and things like that, it can get really confusing as to what you should and shouldn't be doing. So speaking to others that are in your situation, working out where you want to invest your energy. You know, do you want to have social media profiles? Do you want to have an online program? Because so many people are now doing online programs. They're the new thing.
It becomes just this mass of info and mess.
Yeah. And then how are you going to stand out from the crowd? You know, if you're going to go down that path, it can be really tricky.
No, I completely agree with you. Bianca, I could go forever. You are so interesting. And what I'm really excited for you for your journey is that you've got that balance of becoming an expert in your field with what you're doing, and you're giving back not only to your patients but to other young women and men who are coming through the business. So it's a delight to meet you. I can't wait to continue to follow your journey.
Great.
And
Thank you.
I'm thrilled you've been on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Join us next time when we continue our quest to share the knowledge of Australia's best business leaders and entrepreneurs on Industry Leaders.